I want to tell you what people have been saying to me. I tell them, you know, people get excited. Wow, you have the vice president on? I'm pretty impressed myself.
I'm very excited about this.
You know, I had Pence on. I've had both his vice president a couple of weeks ago. Pence was here. I'm killing it with the vice president.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but
what did you talk about with Mike Pence?
Oh,
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
I don't know. He was a lot more human than I thought than I'd ever seen him. I even asked him to come on my podcast where I get stoned, and he was like, maybe. So it was good. But here's what people, when I say you, here's what sticks in their craw.
Okay.
The number one issue, immigration. Not immigration, we like it that you closed the border. That needed to be done. The people who were here, the way you treated, I'm talking about your administration. You weren't out there yourself. But ICE, all that shit, too rough, too mean, too unnecessary. I think I'm not telling you what to do, okay? I'm just giving you some advice as a friend.
Okay.
And I am. And I'm not saying, I'm not asking you to apologize if I don't like when people do that. I'm just saying you go a long way toward getting people who are just completely shut the door to you and your administration, if you would just own that you guys went too far. You went too far, and you should own it like you did childless cat ladies.
Well, okay. So here's the basic problem with that bill is you cannot do any deportations without law enforcement. And you can't do a law enforcement operation like that without having some situations that don't look good when they're recorded like that. I mean, let me give you like just one obvious example. Let's just set aside the immigration element of this, okay? If you take a guy who's committed murder and you go in and arrest that guy, sometimes that person's going to resist arrest. Sometimes if you take a video of it and it's out of context and you don't appreciate why that person is being arrested in the first place, it looks pretty icky if you take that out of context video clip. And what I worry about is when people say you can't ever do immigration enforcement if it produces a bad video clip, what they're really saying is you can't ever actually do immigration enforcement. We had 12 million people come into the country, into the interior over the last 4 years, or I should say from 2021 to 2025. And we were elected with a mandate to get some of those people out of the United States of America. You can't do that easily. Law enforcement deporting people is never an easy process. So I appreciate your argument that we've gone too far, but we couldn't do nothing. And I don't think there was an easy way to do this.
Of course, there's a middle ground. See, the other thing that bothers us about stuff like that is that nothing ever lands in the middle, which is what I'm always trying to get people to do.
I thought you were a crazy liberal.
Because you don't watch the show. You should watch the show.
I actually do watch the show. I laughed my ass off backstage. That was a good monologue. Even though you were making fun of me, I kind of liked it.
Yeah. It was fair. Yeah. I know someone in your administration who watches the show. Because I always hear about it. Okay.
You're right. The second lady, she's a big fan. The second lady's a big fan of Bill Maher.